Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the basis of every gymnastic move, and that's the hollow and the hollow rock. So that's such a key move because the stronger we are in the hollow, the stronger we are be across the board gymnastics, because at the bottom of a handstand, we're holding a hollow. On a pull-up, we hold a hollow. Muscle ups, everything like that, or the bottom muscle, everything like that, we use a hollow to develop that. And then that has massive carryover to things like weightlifting and various other exercises, because if you look at the top of a clean and jerk or a top of snatch, we're there, it's that massive core strength that's going to help, really hold that bar and keep that bar overhead. That can be the difference between land like that and then, or dancing around the room with the bar overhead, because as much fun as dancing is, dancing with like 100 kilos, 222 pounds, whatever that is, over your head, not as much fun. So let's look at the hollow and the basics of it and what our key points are. Firstly, I want to shove my lower back into the ground. Shoving it there nice and tight, then put my feet together, and I always think about it as if I've got a rope tied around my ankles. So that everything's locked in, nice and tight, squeezing everything as I can, and my toes pointed like a sex gymnast. My head is going to be up because that's going to put too much strain on my neck, so looking straight up, then hands just behind. Depending on your comfort level, you can be back here if you have that flexibility, or slightly above. And then hold that. If that's an okay place to hold, and my lower back is still on the ground, I can come down a little bit. If that feels good still, come down more, etc, etc, etc. And if we get this lovely place down here, we're good to go. And that's our hollow hold. Eyes up, tight body, toes points like a sex gymnast, looking forward, and lower back shoved into the ground. So if we master that, and that becomes a position that we can hold comfortably for 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds, then we can start to look at going on to that next level, which is our hollow rock, okay? Now let me just demonstrate it quickly. Our hollow rock, we hit that bottom position, and little move, nice and tight, squeezing that butt, lower back shoved into the ground, eyes up, little move, under control, okay? It's a little move back and forth, so little move back and forth. One thing to look out for is, something I've noticed with those who want their hollow rock, but haven't built up that basic hollow strength yet, is they end up looking like this. We have this big, exaggerated move, and you can see there's almost that double touch there at the back, between the back and the butt popping up and down. I want to avoid that, because when I do that, you can feel a loss of tension, and you'll see a loss of tension if you see someone doing it. I want to avoid that, so I want to keep that move lovely and tight and controlled. Little move, nice and easy, okay? Point those toes, see that lower back staying glued, and it's a tight move, butt's really squeezed, eyes up, and feeling good. All right, so if we get to a stage where we can do hollow holds for 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds, we can then move on to our hollow rocks. How would I use them? What I like to do with these things, like a lot of accessory work, I like to use them no more than 2 or 3 times a week. And I'd put these after my workout. And what I would do is build it up to a stage where you're getting to be able to do a hollow hold. And let's say you could do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for say 5 minutes. Well, that'll give you 5 in total. And then when that becomes more comfortable, that can be built up to 30 seconds on, or 40 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You can build that up. Once you get comfortable with a hollow hold and the feet are a bit lower, then we can bring it to the rock. There's an easy smell of the rock's cooking joke here. But then we can move to the rock and start to build those up. So I love a magic number of, a top end reps to aim for. So at the start, aim for like maybe 5 sets, 10, so you get 50 reps. Suddenly when you can do like a couple of sets of 15, you can move it up to 60, just creep that up, and bit by bit build it up to being able to do, a couple of sets and maybe up to 100 reps a time, 2-3 times a week max. And when I say 100 reps at a time, 100 reps every time you work. So you could do, let's say, 3 sets of 13 a set of 10, or like the last day, when I did them last week, I did 10 sets of 10. Simple as that. So building up that volume, there's no such thing as being too good at the basics. So put in your own time in the hollows, and the hollow holds and the hollow rocks. You can do them at home. You can do them after your workouts, but adding that extra little bit of volume or something like that will do just so much carryover to all of your training. And as I said earlier a few times, there's no such thing as being too good at the basics, okay? You'll never hear someone say, they're too good at the basics. So put in that extra work. You can do like 10 hollow rocks in a minute for 10 minutes. Simple as that. You can do, 20-second hold on the minute for 10 minutes. You can build up that volume over time. Do it slowly, build it up slowly, and just reap those benefits and just become a far better gymnast and a far better athlete. Enjoy, guys.